Hello guys, welcome back to Pause and welcome to a first look at the Ghostbusters DLC for Planet Coaster. So Frontier very kindly offered me an early look at this DLC to get this video out for you to have a look before the release tomorrow. So this content pack does launch tomorrow and it is priced at £12.99, that's €14.99 euros and dollars. So Planet Coaster Ghostbusters, like I say, will be available tomorrow. So this video today is going to be looking at specifically the scenery and building pieces, as well as the two brand new rides that have been added along with this pack. There will be a second video series starting today as well, looking at the brand new campaign that has been added in the Ghostbusters DLC, but like I said, that is going to be a separate video. So this one today is just specifically looking at all the brand new pieces, effects and all that kind of stuff here in the Ghostbusters pack. So let's get started and look at some of the scenery items. So the first couple of things we're going to have a look at is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's absolutely huge. So he comes in various few little pieces. It's all separate, all sort of can be put together. His chest is separate. It's two different types of head that have this nice rotation. A couple of hand pieces, bodies, legs, arms, and that kind of stuff just along here. So you can make an amazing looking massive character that kind of looks like this. The full Stay Puft Marshmallow Man has been added. This is one of the brand new blueprints that have been added to the game. Okay, so next up, let's look at a few brand new effects. So there's this new Ghostbusters lightning effect. There's some new mist. It comes in the large and the small. And then there's also this amazing whirlwind smoke effect, which you can see going around here, which is really nice. So that is one of the new, well, they're the four brand new effect pieces. Right, let's get into the meat of it. So all the new animations and ghosts, there are so many, honestly, so many. So let's start off with the numerous Slimers. Every single one of these are all individual animations that do different things. So they're absolutely incredible. Then we've got slime pieces, which you can add to buildings and just whatever you want, really, to add a little bit of slime to your world. We've got a few new ghosty pieces, a new table, chair, bookcases, new books, and a nice new chandelier just up there. And also a few brand new lights, which are the ones you saw on the firehouse building. I'll show you that a little bit later on. And then on to some more of the ghosts and ghouls. Again, there are absolutely tons of these. So there's there's three different versions of each of these. One is a sort of this guy, which is like your idol. There's a guy who's either flying around or going up and down. And then there's an attack. So each colour and each different ghost has got three different variants. So I'll just go through these so you can have a look at them all. But like I said, there are so many. All have their own noises, sound effects. And the animation on them is absolutely incredible. Look how many there are. It is astonishing. Honestly, astonishing how many there are. Various different sizes as well. So yeah, absolutely tons of new ghosts and ghouls. Okay, as well as the ghosts and ghouls, we have these creatures. I believe they're called Vins and Zool, I think, something like that. I'm not sure, sorry, I'm not that good on the films. But yeah, there's three different variants of each of these characters. So 6 in total. Again, all fully customizable, triggerable, all that kind of stuff. Next up, we've got some Ghostbusters specific items. So we've got the proton packs, some kind of gun thing. Again, so sorry, I'm not that good on the names of all this stuff. These are the little levers and the containers that keep the ghosts contained. Next up, we've got quite a few different variants of animatronics of each of the four characters, each of the four Ghostbusters. So there's a celebration, a crouching attack, an idle, and a standing sort of attack, all with these really amazing animations of the proton packs. So there's all four of the characters have each of these four variants, and they all look amazing, absolutely amazing. And then next up we have Ecto 1, I believe it's called, the big Ghostbusters car thing. Again, as always, so much attention to detail inside, and all the lights and everything on there work as you expect. It's really, really good little piece, that is. Really nice. And then next up over here is this dude, or dudette. I can't remember what she's called. She is Gozer. So yeah, there you go. That's Gozer. 3 different variants again: an idle, an attack, and a kind of, I don't know what, fight, shouting type variant. Very interesting outfit. But yeah, there you go. There's all the scenery pieces. Right, so that's all of the scenery items. And as you can see, there are quite a lot of them. But there's even more from the building pack. So let's go and have a look at that now. Okay, so there's a lot to get through here, so I'm not going to go through every single individual piece, but I am just going to go down this line so you can see every single little bit that's been added. There are so many new different war types that have been added in this pack. It is unbelievable. Most of it is kind of cityscape, which obviously fits the theme. We are an urban city environment in this theme pack. So there are so many new pieces and new war types. And also loads of other little bits and pieces that is going to suit everything else as well. Like any other theme, this will work in. Main streets, all that kind of stuff. There's not really anything here that you won't be able to find some use for. So then we move over to some new scaffolding pieces. And then there's a load of new bits like this where you've got glass, proper glass windows that you can like properly see through, which is amazing. Again, more wall pieces just here. And then some new bits, like we've got these half walls with windows as well, which I don't think we've got in the game currently. So that's going to make things quite good, especially when you're doing buildings which are sort of more scaled, fake, sort of false perspective kind of buildings. So that'd be quite nice. Then we've got a load of facade type building pieces. So stuff that's meant to be flat, so you can make fake facades. And there's also these are graffiti pieces which you can put on walls as well. So yeah, loads of these fake facade buildings. I will show you some of the blueprints towards the end of how you can sort of put this stuff together to make it look like a cityscape from a distance. But there's a lot of variants of these, like so many. Different sizes as well. Then you get onto the sort of bigger ones just here. And like I said, there's quite a lot of blueprints with this to show you how these can be used. So if you're not that confident on building stuff, the blueprints have got you back. Then to go along with all these, we've got all the little scaffolding pieces, which could be used for anything really. They're meant to be used for these, but obviously they can be used for whatever you want. So there's loads of different variants of that, every piece you could possibly need. And then a couple more of these slightly bigger facades. The other useful bits as well, we've now got these facade textures, wall textures, which are going to be useful for shops and all sorts of stuff. You can see loads of uses for these. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Moving on, we keep going here. We've got some more chimney pieces, some more doors, a few little accents. These are new floor and roof pieces, which are on the grid. And then we come back to a few more of the wall sets. Like I said, we're not done yet with the wall sets. Trust me, there's loads more to go. So all different variants. These are the ones which you'd use for the firehouse. Again, I will show you the blueprints for all those towards the end, so you can see what these all look like together. But yeah, so that's just the start. That's about half of the building set. So yeah, let's show you the rest of it. Okay, so moving on, a few more pieces here that go along with the wall sets and could be on the firehouse, but you could use it on anything really. Down here we've got a few little details which are used on the firehouse, the signage, and then we've got all these different Ghostbusters logos. Some are lit, some are just normal standard. We've got a Sedgwick Hotel sign, which is really nice. Again, different variants of lit and unlit signs for the actual Ghostbusters logo. Over here we've got a few pieces from a kind of temple set. I'm assuming this is something that's quite a focal point in one of the movies, but there's a lot of stuff based around this temple. Again, there is a full blueprint. I will show you that shortly. But there's loads of new temple pieces, so these would also help amplify and flush out the adventure pack as well. You could do loads of stuff using these. That's the good thing about this pack. The majority of this stuff isn't strictly Ghostbusters. Like, it is if you're looking for it. But a lot of this stuff could be used anywhere in any kind of adventure theme. So here we've got a few more nice little pieces to go along with the temple. This lovely backdrop, which is quite specific, but I mean you could use that in any kind of dark ride. We've got a few angled corner wall pieces here, which are really good, and then a couple of little statues down there, which are nice. So some of these blueprints at the back, just here, I'll just show you while we're in this shot. I can just show you how you can put a few of these pieces together to make sort of city skylines. I've put a few at the back. I'll show you properly in a few moments. Right, let's move on to the rest of the building set. Okay, so carrying on with the building stuff, even more wall pieces and different accents and all sorts of different decorations, new doors, archways, window pieces. There is so much, honestly, so much in various different colours and designs, different shapes. There is a brand new marshmallow shop and stand, which I'll show you in a few minutes as well. And to go along with that, we've obviously got the archway here. And there are a few signs which I'll show you in a minute as well. So yeah, more floor and wall pieces, some doors. These are sort of columns that can all fit together in different sizes and all that kind of stuff. Again, more walls of various different heights. All the way along here, some more with the windows. There's a lot with the windows in this pack, which is really nice. And then we move over to the final bits of signage for, like I say, for the new Stay Puft Marshmallows, which are just here. Again, come in lit and unlit different variants, as well as the lovely little sign just there. Right, so now on to a few bits and pieces that are in the shops sort of section. Two interesting pieces, which I'm assuming will come into it more when we get into the campaign, are these ecto containment units. Now these work as shops, and they have to be on the path. This is just part of a billboard, a blueprint, sorry, that is part of a building. I'll show you what they're like individually in a second. And again, another blueprint just here showcasing the new shop, which is the marshmallows, the Stay Puft Marshmallows, brand new shop, which has been added, which is really nice. But yeah, so the stuff that's individual that can be placed on paths then. So these are the two different containment units, one on a wall and then one standalone unit. Again, I'm not 100% sure what the purpose of these is, but like I say, once we get into the campaign, I'm sure we'll see that. And then as well as the shop, there is a brand new vending machine variant as well, again of the Stay Puft Marshmallows. Okay, so before we take a look at the rides, it's time to have a look at some of the blueprints that I was talking about before, so you can see how all this stuff can be put together. So all these are in-game blueprints that I've just popped down. So here are a few that you can see. Like I say, in the background, you can see all these sort of cityscapes, how it looks. So from a distance, it really does look like you're making a nice city and a town. There's a really, really nice church blueprint here. And obviously, we've got the firehouse blueprint right here, dead centre. So if you don't want to make it yourself, you don't have to. You can plot this down. Then a few more buildings. This is that sort of temple building where all the temple pieces come from, which is all here. Again, it's all this blueprint has got all the effects and everything all laid out for you already. Just if you don't want to have to build this, and even if you want to use it in the dark ride, just knock that top bit off and yeah, stick it in. So really, really nice. Okay, a couple last things to show you before we look at the rides. So here are all the brand new sound effects that can be added. So we've got the sirens from the Ecto 1, various different sound effects from the ride, from the films, as well as footsteps and all sorts of stuff. So these can all be used very nicely in your park. So I'll play them now. I don't know if you'll be able to hear them, but I will play them now. So there we are. Those are a couple of the brand new sound effects. Also new is the new walk around character, which is the big man himself, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Here he is. Hi, mate. So there he is, a brand new walk around character. So just pop him down as before with the others. And then one last thing I want to mention, just very quickly before we look at the rides, is this biome that we're in is actually a brand new biome. There is a brand new city biome. It's pretty much the same as Alpine, I think. But yeah, it's got this brand new city backdrop, which you can look very carefully. I can't go too close over there to see it. But yeah, you've got cars and movement. I mean, kind of merging into each other cars. But yeah, there's cars there. So this goes some way to kind of fit with that city feel that we're going for in New York, I guess, for Ghostbusters. Okay, so let's have a look at the 2 new rides that have been added with this pack. So first of all, we've got the RollerGhoster, so the Slimer-themed kiddie coaster. Really nice detail on the trains, or the slime all the way across. Slimer on the front, and then we've got a little detail at the back as well, which is just kind of slime and his tail, I suppose. So pretty standard. This is the standard blueprint that comes in the game. So let's have a little ride, and you can just have a look at how it rides, really. But it's pretty much just a reskinning of the already existing kiddie ride. But it's a really nice little feature. And again, you could fit this in any kind of scary, spooky park. It doesn't have to be a specific Ghostbusters park. But no, it's really nice. And it sounds like it's got some kind of onboard audio as well. You might not be able to hear that on the footage, but there is some kind of onboard audio. But there are loads of new sound effects and music and all sorts added with this pack as well. So yeah, there's plenty to get in your teeth into. Yeah, it sounds like it's a bit of sort of like a remixed version of the Ghostbusters theme that's playing. In fact, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the audio while we're on here to see what audio is selected. So here we are with the Ghostbusters themes. So you've got the original Ray Parker Jr. version. You've got the instrumental, orchestral arrangement, an acoustic arrangement, which is what this defaults to, and you've got a library scene setter and the Temple of Gozer. So I think that's all the different music. So yeah, that is the RollerGhoster. This blueprint is called Little Spud for some reason. No idea what that reference to. I'm sure it's something. But yeah, there we go. That's the RollerGhoster. Alright, now on to something which is a little bit special. So this is the Ghostbusters Experience, brand new dark ride. So it holds 6 people. This is the car. It's a little sort of miniature version of the Ecto-1. And yeah, the way this works is it kind of works a bit like the Huntsman. The Huntsman in terms of its track. Has all the same kind of roll, pitch, and all that kind of movements. But here's where it becomes into its own. So it also has the pause track sections. So if you want to put any sort of theming around, this will work with anything that's an animation, from what I found. Any kind of animatronic. You head on to this brand new tab at the end here, which is Shooting Ride and Triggers. And then here in Edit Shooting Ride, you can tell the ride what is a target. So as when you're doing a trigger sequence or something like that, you just connect targets by clicking this, and then literally either select them individually, or you can do a massive grab like this, and it just chooses all the different targets. Oh, and the other thing I do mention as well, these are all completely colourable, and you can choose what points you get for them on the rides. So you can really, really customise everything in the new Ghostbusters Experience. So as you can see on here as well, here are a few of the target pieces which have been added. These aren't strictly Ghostbusters themed. These are just the targets that are going to be added in the free update. So I'll do another video on that tomorrow, which talks about the free update and the quick draw ride, which is essentially this, just not to Ghostbusters theming, if that makes sense. But these targets do also work with this, as you would imagine. So those are the different variants, 3 of each, and they are all animated. So how does the minigame work? I'm sure you are wondering. So when you come on here and you go to Shooting Ride and Triggers, test Shooting Ride, and you're in. So if you start it when it's in the station, it does give you a nice countdown. Actually, I'll show you right from the beginning because it's quite cool. So here we go, test ride. And then you can shoot anything you've selected. There's animation on every single one. These animate, and yeah, you've got the score down here. So it's incredible the stuff you can do with this. And like I said, anything so far, it seems to be anything that is an animation in the game or an animatronic will work with this. I have put a really stupid pause here. I'll just testing some stuff out. So, yeah, anything is pretty much fair game. Then you can see your score down the bottom. So, yeah, it's a really, really cool little feature. And it's actually better implemented than I thought it was going to be, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, you can make some awesome stuff with this. Really, really good. So there you go. That's the ride. So that's the brand new Ghostbusters Experience ride. So yeah, it's really, really good. And obviously you can add trigger sequences to all this stuff as well, as you would do anyway. So you can add the... so already on this... this is a new little feature I don't think was on before. So when you've got the pitch and roll sections... you can see which direction the car will be facing at any point, so you can really sort of theme this and properly customize this to the direction of the cars, which makes it so much easier. I don't think that was on the Huntsman or anything like that, so I think that's a brand new feature, so that's really nice. And then with this you can add the triggers to the different points on the ride, and again these will interact with anything that's around you, as with the rest of the game always has been, but yes, it's good to see how you can work this trigger sequence with the shooting game to make some really, really good interactive dark rides. And when we start the campaign series, which there should be a video up now actually of the first episode of that, you'll see that in the Ghostbusters campaign there is a version of this that has been built in the campaign park, which shows you what it's capable of, and it is absolutely amazing. So make sure you check out the other video where we start part 1 of the Ghostbusters campaign, and I'll show you an on-ride of that version of this, where it's in a building, fully themed storyline, and it is so good. Honestly, whoever's put that together in the Frontier team should be so proud of themselves. It is awesome. So there we go, folks. That's a look at all the rides and the scenery, the building pieces, the blueprints, everything pretty much sandbox wise that's been added in this Ghostbusters update. But like I said, there's still so much more to this pack than just scenery and building pieces. Now, just standalone, that is an astonishing amount of building pieces. That's got to be the most flushed out of all the packs so far, surely, in terms of its buildings and scenery. Obviously, it's a bit lacking on the rides, but what does make up for it is the brand new campaign mode. As mentioned at the start, that is something we are going to cover in a separate video series. So we are starting a brand new series today. So that video will be up now alongside this one, which is part 1 of the Ghostbusters campaign. So do check that video out as well, where we go through the full campaign, looking at the new missions and the new style of campaign mode here in Planet Coaster, with narration and interactive elements. So do check that out on the other video. But yeah, that's it for today's video, looking here at the Ghostbusters DLC. So this pack is available to purchase tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, the 4th of June 2019, and it is available to purchase for £12.99 or €14.99 and dollars. It will be available on the Steam and Frontier stores. So I'd highly recommend getting it. This is a very, very flushed out pack. Especially if you're into your horror, as well as just think of any kind of normal dark ride. You'll be able to use all these new pieces on now, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a Ghostbusters theme. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all of the content, and if you fancy a chat, head over to Twitter or Discord, and if you want to help us out, do that by going to the Patreon page. All the links are down below in the description. But for now, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the campaign series, which is also on the channel. Check out that video, it's up right now, to have a look through the Ghostbusters campaign. But for now, guys, thank you ever so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.